あ、願い一つないこともないぞ。
本当に？
私に恋をさせてくれないか？
は？
By seeing how upset you guys were, just because I didn't add any mainstream shows in the list, I decided to add some popular shows in this list, while keeping our underrated theme intact. So without wasting any time, I present you Top 10 Forced into Relationship Marriage Anime. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Also hit that notification bell so that you can stay updated whenever I upload a new video. We are starting the list with Princess Lover. Our protagonist lost his parents in a tragic accident, and now he lives with his grandfather. His grandfather is super rich. His lavish lifestyle surprises our teenage protagonist. In return for the hospitality, his grandfather expects him to take over his family business and become the next head of the company. He gets enrolled into an esteemed high school. Along with his celebrity status, he soon gets informed of an arranged marriage with the equally prosperous Sylvia. Even though having a lot of potential, show tends to fall in the second half. Coming up next is My Wife is the Student Council President. Our protagonist is a prime student council president candidate, but he totally gets outmatched by a girl. Now he has to settle with the position of vice president. One day she moves in with him. As it turns out, their parents made a drunken promise decades ago about their marriage. Now they must manage their school lives while keeping their relationship a secret. Although not having a serious storyline, this show manages to deliver some nice ecchi scenes and right amount of fan service. Moving on, we have Yori Aoshi. Our protagonist is a college student, and he lives alone. One day he helps a beautiful girl in finding her address. It turns out the place she's looking for is no longer there. Left with no other choice, he invites her to his home and asks further clues to her destination. She shows him a picture of two children, whom he immediately recognizes as himself and his childhood friend Sakubara. It turns out that the girl in front of him is his betrothed fiancé, who has come here to marry him. Being an old show, it's bound to get overlooked by some viewers, but if you are a true romance nerd, you're gonna love this show.
Just listen to the sound, two hearts beating.
Coming at the 7th place, we have Nisekoi. This show centers around the love poems of Japan's Heian period, contained in an episodic format. Each episode tells us a different story with some recurring characters. In my opinion, what makes this show stands out is how beautifully each story is portrayed. People from that era had to live by a strict code, where they were told whom to marry and how to leave. Not to forget that each characters were real, although some incident didn't happen, or happened differently in reality. But that is not the main focus of the show. Definitely one of the underrated shows out there. Coming up next, we have Wolf Girl and Black Prince. Our protagonist has been lying about her romantic exploits of a non-existing boyfriend to earn the respect of her new friends. But when they ask for his picture, she snaps a photo of a handsome stranger whom their friends recognize as a popular guy, Kyaoya Sada. Explaining all the situation to him, he rejects her proposal and forces her to become his dog in exchange for keeping her secret. But soon she discovers the real side of his. If you're looking for non-mainstream, romantic comedy show, you should definitely give it a try. Coming at the 5th place, we have the eccentric family. Groups of Tengus and Tanukas are living alongside humans for years now. Our protagonist is a third son of Tanuki family, who spends his carefree days taking care of an old Tengu. Behind this peaceful life, he's holding a painful memory from long ago. His father was killed and eaten by a group of humans known as the Friday Fellows. This show follows the story of our protagonist, who tries to find the truth behind his father's death, while dealing with his relationship with his fiancée. Even though show lacks romance, intelligently constructed plot and lovable characters makes it into a masterpiece. Moving on, we have Arakawa Under the Bridge. Our protagonist is a son of a wealthy businessman, and he avoids being indebted by anyone. One day, due to some mischievous kids, he ends up falling in the river. Luckily, he gets saved by a tracksuit-wearing homeless girl. He insists on paying her back, but little does he know, this is going to be the worst deal of his life. She asks him to be her boyfriend, forcing him to move out from his home and starting a new life under the bridge. If you're expecting typical drama and romance show from this, you might get surprised with comedy-heavy and slice-of-life elements. Coming at the 3rd place, we have To Love Ru. Our protagonist always fails to confess his feelings to a classmate named Haruna. His life turns upside down when a mysterious naked girl lands in his bathtub. Later he discovers that she's a crowned princess of Alien Empire. Despite her status, she's ready to marry our protagonist in order to avoid political marriage. Stuck in this bizarre situation, he has to deal with this newly emerged marriage situation, while finding a way to confess Haruna. Even though not having a solid plot, it does a good job in comedy and characters depart. Moving on, we have Nisekoi, False Love. Our protagonist is a first-year high school student. He is a sole heir of an intimidating Yakuza family, and he tries his best to stay away from his Yakuza business. However, American Beehive Gang invades his family turf. In order to reduce the friction between the two groups, he has to pretend a false relationship with Chief's daughter Chidase. This show follows the story of this mismatched couple, who has been forced to get along in order to maintain the city's peace. Coming at the 1st place, we have Hikara-san, Here Comes Miss Modern. Our protagonist lost her mother when she was young and has been raised by her father. His father is a higher-ranking official in the Japanese army. She is a tomboy and her ideology differs from traditional Japanese girl. In fact, she also rejects the idea of arranged marriage and believes in woman's right to choose her partner. This movie follows a modern Japanese girl who discovers that she has an arranged marriage set up with a guy she met prior, and also her struggle to get out of this. If you're looking for some romance comedy show with a touch of historical element, you're gonna love this show.
Her looks, I assume they come with a price. She's smiling, but that may just be a disguise. I wanna say hi, but I'm scared she'll kill me. Could we, will we, would she? Probably not.
That's all for today's list, guys. I hope you must have enjoyed the video. Show your support by dropping a like and subscribing to my channel. Also follow me on my social media accounts to stay updated. In the end, you all stay happy and I will see you in the next video. See ya!